I've lived 1,000 lives. I've piloted 1,000 souls. I've killed and fought and died just for another role.
This is the Happy Jacks RPG podcast, a roundtable discussion that's a mix of friendship, humor, unbridled enthusiasm, and tabletop RPG topics sent in from around the world.
Just for another role.
Hello, and welcome to Season 36, Episode 14 of the Happy Jacks RPG podcast. My name is Kimmy.
My name is Adam.
And Dave is going to be joining us shortly.
Behold!
But LA traffic has decided that Dave will not be punctual this evening, despite all his efforts. And Dave always makes an effort to be punctual. In today's episode, Thomas from Denmark asks what our go-to GM tricks are. Charger347 wants to talk about math rocks. And from the archive 2022, K. Ryan is struggling with a loud and dominant player messing up his gaming group. If you'd like to contribute a question or story to the show, you can email us at happyjacksrpg@gmail.com. That's happyjacksrpg@gmail.com. Or you can post in the mailbag channel in the Discord. And you can join that by going to happyjacks.org/Discord. Please start sending in things. We've had a very healthy amount. I have not had to feel nervous in quite some time. I'm starting to feel a little nervous. Over the holidays is always a little slim pickings. People are busy doing other things, not worrying about, everyone calls a hiatus instead of dealing with their gaming group problems. So, over the hiatus, ask for help. It's fine. Yes. Announcements. Our next game days will be January 17th and 18th. In the year 2026.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
It's real.
So close. Okay. Go to happyjacks.org/Discord if you want to participate. It's free. It's fun. Safety tools are required. We actually have more GMs in our community than players most of the time.
Yes.
So if you just want to play games, you are our beautiful diamond. Please come to our community just to play games. If you want a GM, that's also great too. We love you too. But it's amazing, safe, and fun. So please come. You can post your games. It's a fantastic time. And we always have a really interesting, unique selection of games. We are the strange buffet that has the amazing ramen and next to spaghetti and then next to the ribs. And you're just all right. Okay. I love all these things. I'd never thought about them together, but this is fantastic. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. And Indie Designer of the Month. Our Indie Designer of the Month for December is Jess Pedley, she, her. Woo. Fantastic person. Co-founder of Underground Oracle Publishing, Unplaytested Presents, and the TTRPG Rising Tide community. If you are a creator of any type, an artist, a layout artist like the one I found through the Rising Tide community, a designer, a writer, anything like that, the Rising Tide community is a fantastic Discord server where you can go say, hey, I'm looking to be hired, or hey, I'm looking to hire someone like this, or an editor, or whatever you need. And they also have a really great educational kind of aspect to them where different people come in and do different interviews or talks about things that they know a lot about. So I've learned a ton there. It's really fantastic. And it's just open to everybody about TTRPGs. It's fantastic. And just runs all that. It's amazing. You can find her stuff at undergroundoracle.com or by searching Underground Oracle on DriveThruRPG. Today's product we're talking about is called The Winter Guard, and it's a second guess game. You have known since birth that one day your shift would come. Each season, a guard to keep it bound. Each guard to ensure the door would never open. You were excited to test yourself and knew to heed your elder's warnings. Do not listen to its honeyed words. Do not speak, lest you reveal your own weakness. But the winter is long and dark, and you are so alone, and the voice from behind the door almost feels like home. The Winter Guard is a one-page solo journaling TTRPG using the second guess SRD created by William Lentz. This TTRPG only requires a way to record your entries, a D20, and a D6 to play, and it's perfect for prompting a short story, creating a backstory for an existing character, completing a gothic horror or gothic romance journaling experience, and you can get it for $2 on undergroundoracle.com.
Sounds very cool.
Yeah.
And I really want to try this now.
It's very cool. And we're going to talk about more of them because there's like actually like a different one for each season.
Oh.
So it's very cool. This is the winter one. So it's like the first one.
Oh,
it's very
that's very cool.
I like it. Yeah.
What is the second guess SRD? I'm not familiar with that.
That's great. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, hopefully we will have
should-
guests on
yeah.
and we will ask her,
Yeah.
like,
Honestly,
hey,
that
tell
was-
us about second guess.
Yeah. Jess was going to be on today,
Yeah.
but there ended up being a last minute scheduling conflict, which is why Dave ended up driving
Yeah.
last minute to be here. So it's just been like this domino effect of things.
Yeah.
So that was originally going to be one of the things we were going to ask her
yeah,
about. It's
yeah.
like, hey, please explain what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The world and the dominoes of fate
Yeah,
decided
yeah.
differently.
Right. And if you're listening and you know about second guess SRD and have played it, like write in and tell us about your experience because we love new things here. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Mailbag number 1.
I can read this.
Perfect.
Dear Kimmy and the Happy Jack Council of NPC Rights. We love that.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. What's your favorite GM hack? That one move you like to pull that gets the table every single time. Mine is the double dream. You know the classic. A player character wakes up in the night, something strange or terrifying happens, and then you, the GM, drop the line. You wake up, it was all a dream. My version, I just keep going. The player thinks the dream is over, relaxes a bit, and then more bad things start to happen.
Oh.
Just when they're good and rattled, I lean in with a wry smile and say, you wake up, drenched in sweat, a quiet scream on your lips. It was just a dream.
Oh, God.
I've had players looking genuinely unsettled by that one. It's cheap, it's cruel, and it's glorious. So, what's your go-to move? The sneaky trick, the dramatic flourish, or the shameless bit of GM theater that you can't resist pulling out now and then? Skull, enjoy your beverage of choice. PPS, you said PP. I did indeed.
Did.
I did. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Yours in mischief, Thomas from Denmark.
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, this is a good question.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead or I can
I
talk
have
about
a
mine?
couple.
Yeah.
So I feel like the one that I'm most known for and that I like stole or was imprinted on me from gaming with Stu for so many years
Uh-huh.
is like the cliffhanger ending till next session.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's usually just so much easier to I do it for like really selfish reasons because as a GM, getting that next session going and getting the emotions rolling and getting everything just moving is so much faster if you have a jumping in point that's already moving.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah.
it's just like, boom, hey, we're already on the way.
Yeah.
Like we jump off the train and we jump back on it as it's still moving. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
And it gets people still like thinking about the game more.
Yeah, yeah. It keeps them engaged while you're waiting for the next session.
Yeah. So I love that.
Yeah, I try to do that a lot too. I try to leave on a really interesting cliffhanger note, or like right as you're meeting the big bad, and like let's start off the next session with the fight. Like that kind of it helps end on a strong note. It helps start on a strong note. It's like you can just hardly go wrong with that. It's such a good trick.
And it gives you time to really think of something that's worthy of the moment too.
Yeah.
Because I'm really good at coming up with things on the fly,
Mhm.
but if I have a little bit of time, I can find something that's like the perfect thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's always good too. And I did that like unendingly in my One Ring campaign, where like we'd get into a place and I'd like a little bit describe it, and then it'd be like, and we'll be there next time.
Yeah.
And then that way, like over the week, like even if it was just like not necessarily like plot stuff, like the details, like, hey, how do I want my Rivendell to feel? How do I want my dwarven like city to feel?
Yeah.
Those sort of things
Yeah.
were, just like that gives me time to percolate and make things worthy of my players as a game.
Yeah. And I'm also very similar on that because I think we all know I don't do a lot of prep. I do a lot of improvisational. It happens how it's going to happen because the players took us there.
Yeah.
And I, as the GM, like I know where it needs to go next. I have no idea how that's going to happen. And so it's really good for me to just go, okay, and now you see this. And then I have the week to think about like, okay, how is this actually going to work? Because I just pulled that right out of my magic ass.
Amazing.
Yeah. One of my favorite go-to tricks, similar to the dream within a dream, is the hallucination or the reality warp. So especially when I'm playing supers games, I love to have like a bad guy who, or even sometimes a good guy who creates illusions or makes you think reality has changed or alters reality. I love that trope. And I love to just start off a session with describing something that is completely wrong, and you wake up and you start to fly out of your window and you fall.
Oh yeah.
And what, my powers are gone? Oh God, or like, hey, you wake up and like you are looking at your normal human skin. You're no longer covered with blue fur.
Yeah.
And I just love to put them in that like, wait, what's going on here? That sort of setup is really fun for me to pull on players.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When I do dreams, I generally have it be prophetic in a way. So instead of having it be something that's like influencing them in the moment, and most of the times I have them describe it.
Oh.
So I'll be like, hey, you had a dream last night. Tell me about what it was.
Yes. Yeah.
And so then they'll describe things, and it's really easy for you to jot down a couple things from their dream, or maybe say, hey, can I tweak that just slightly and have it be this?
Yeah.
And then later on, like weave in those details. Like like you'd think it would be really hard. It is so easy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I see this bright green light. You literally can make anything have a bright green light later.
right.
Like as a GM, like don't be like, oh, then I have to. How do I work in this round? There's a strange round object. Like literally anything can be a strange.
Yeah.
It's amazingly simple later on.
Yeah.
And then it really brings it like. The players feel so seen.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you're really paying attention. And they feel like they have contributed to like the long-term lore of their character. And it also makes it seem like you plan things a lot more than you actually did.
Right.
But yeah, so, and it's funny because, especially if you're playing in an IP you know super well. Like you're doing Dune soon.
Yeah.
But like bringing it back to One Ring again, like I had, there ended up being this kind of parallel between Dave's dwarven character and Aragorn, who at the time was called Elisar, who, and eventually in the lore, when Aragorn becomes king, or no, he wasn't called Elisar at the time. He's called Elisar after he's crowned. When he becomes Elisar and is like king, and starts the Fourth Age, like there's a green stone he's given that's like symbolic of a whole bunch of stuff that's really boring. I'm not going to tell you all about the history of this very old stone, but like, so like I kept having Dave, when he had dreams, like having dreams with like a gold stone.
Yeah.
And it was so funny to watch Kai, who knows like the entire history, and he was just like, like, oh God, I know exactly who the green stone that's over Rivendell right now is. Like, so it was always fun. So it's just cool because you can like weave in bits from their dreams and then tie it in with either your world's lore or like the IP lore, and it's just such a great thing that I feel like I'm always a little hesitant to do like it was just a dream. Like it can be done well, but then sometimes it gets very Dallas.
Yes, right. Yeah.
And you're like, and then players can feel robbed if they did something really cool that they liked in the dream, and now they feel like it's not real anymore. So if you use it as like a cool like sort of momentum builder or a cold open for a single session, that can be really neat. But if it drags on for too long, like we've had horror stories, people writing in that like, hey, we did like 4 sessions and all this amazing stuff happened to my character that was really important or really terrible, but also like very like pivotal.
Right.
And then it ended up being a dream, and then I felt really robbed by it later.
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful with dreams, I found.
Yeah, and I feel that same way about the like hallucinating reality trope also. Like, you want to be careful that you don't turn it into like, oh wait, so everything I did didn't matter. Like, you don't want to lead players into that kind of a feeling, because that just sucks. But like, playing with that reality can be a lot of fun. And especially like if your players start to clue into it and they start like riffing off of it, and and they're like, oh, I get what this is, and I'm just gonna lean into it. That can be a lot of fun too. And and you can start to build these ideas that wouldn't normally come out in the regular game.
Yeah.
I
love if I do mess with dreams too much, and not if I'm not just outright saying, you had a dream, tell me about it. Like, clearly they know it's a dream. But like, I try and do like weird things in the world, like weird dream logic, most of which I stole from like Inception.
Yeah, right.
Like where like someone will be like kind of like walking strangely in the back, like those weird sort of tells that you get like in cinema and stuff sometimes. Or like a bird is flying upside down. And things like that. So it's like things that like start to tell them something's off. So they're aware of it and it being different. So
one of the things that so I think about this a lot, about like how to portray dream state, and I think we're getting kind of stuck on not the exact point of the question, but the whole dream thing is really interesting. So but like with dream state, like one of the things that happens for me a lot in dreams is I'll be interacting with someone and they feel like one person to me, but they look like a different person.
Oh, interesting.
So, so like I might have a dream where I'm hanging out at Geeky Teas with you, but it's not, it doesn't look like you. Like, it looks like say like Sam or Joey or Jason, but I'm like, in my dream and in my knowledge in the dream, I know that I'm hanging out with Kimmy, but it's a different person. And sometimes they shift, so like I'm hanging out with Kimmy, who happens at this moment to look like Jason, but then the next moment it's Dave, and and there's no logic to it. It just, I like to mess with reality like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The annoying thing I have in my dreams, and this has nothing to do with the email, but like for whatever reason, my body remembers what I'm wearing.
So
like whatever situation I'm in my dream, at some point I end up wearing like my whatever pajamas. Like, and most of the time that I like, it's like a very old Happy Jack shirt and like sweats. So I'll be like, whatever, I'll be at the Renaissance Fair or something. Like, it's always some weird thing. And like suddenly at some point in the dream, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm wearing pajamas. Am I asleep right now? I think I'm probably asleep right now, but I want to finish this out and see how it goes. Like, it's very strange and very meta.
Oh, how funny.
It's the strangest thing.
Cool.
But anyway,
So, I mean, I think, with those kinds of tricks, there's a really fine line between messing with their head in a very fun way and becoming an unreliable or unfulfilling narrator. So you just want to be careful with that and not use it too much or too often or for too long. But
and if you're doing a campaign where like Call of Cthulhu and things like that, where there's a lot of that happening, there should be a consistent tell. Something where it's like suddenly like, oh, you suddenly, I don't know, like there's a ring that changes color, or it's on your other hand when you're in the dream state or whatever. Something simple like that. The birds are all flying upside down. Your eyes are blue in the dream world, whatever it is. So that the players have a way to continually rely on you as the narrator and as the GM without it becoming them being fooled, but also for them to continue the story and play in the world.
Because I think a lot of people do kind of realize, like, when or a lot of players, like, if they realize they're in a dream state in the game, like, a lot of them will have fun with that and they'll lean into it. So I don't think it's bad to tell them or give them enough information that they can figure it out at a certain point either. It doesn't have to ruin the dream reveal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's the thing with a lot of GM tricks, kind of
Yeah.
trying to pull us back to the actual question in the
Yeah,
email.
yeah.
Like a lot of GM tricks, I feel like can cause mistrust.
Yes.
You shouldn't. I mean, at least I used to love to like trick my players. And sometimes I still like to. Most of the time, it was very upfront at the beginning of the game. Like
Yeah.
I've talked a lot about like my Skyrim game that I did at that con, or different things where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna play in Skyrim, and then like they open the folders and like, and you're playing dragons. You're the dragons. Like, so it's never like long-term deception.
Yeah.
It's more like a happy surprise at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so gonna use like the language I use with my daughter. We have surprises, not secrets.
Oh.
So because you don't want, you teach kids
Yeah.
to, like, no one should ever tell you to keep a secret from me as your parent.
Yeah.
Like you can have surprises. If someone's telling you, hey, this is a surprise for mom, she gets that, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to tell mom about it, but that's like a finite thing.
Yeah.
So it's like a safety thing. I think it's applicable in GMing
It's
too.
a really great phrase.
Right? Isn't it great?
Yeah, it's
and
really
it makes
good.
it very clear for a 5-year-old. Like if someone's like, "Oh, this is a secret from mommy," she's like, "I'm not supposed to tell. I'm not supposed to have secrets."
Right. Yeah.
Like, and it'll work until she starts having secrets. and then
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's really applicable for GMing and games too, because you should have surprises for your players, not secrets from your players.
Yes. Exactly.
Because you can have cool things that they'll like, that maybe they like don't know are coming. Maybe you
Yeah.
kind of hide them for a little while, but it's for a cool big reveal.
Yeah.
Dave's
Surprise!
here.
Dave's here
Hi,
What
Dave.
a cool big reveal.
with an awesome
Yay!
jacket.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should, and then
Yeah.
like, so you should have surprises for your players, not secrets that you keep from them
Yeah.
for like a long period of time.
Right. Exactly.
Because then that's when they start being like, well, I made all these choices that I really loved about this character, but now they're all gone. It was
Yeah.
meaningless.
Yeah.
You know, so it can get really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, so a new trope that I've discovered that I think I'm going to use more is pulling a little trick of the NPC being stereotypically one way, but they're actually another. So I recently, so in my home game, I was doing there was a mayor in the town, and I wanted.
Dave brought alcohol, so he's very quietly and without
James.
bothering anybody sharing.
Oh yeah. So, oh my god.
What is
Okay,
it?
this is yeah. This,
I haven't tried them.
They're called
They just-
Betty Booze.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bourbon based
Ah. Okay.
little drinky things.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
This
Right.
one's delicious.
Yeah, sparkling bourbon with apple ginger sour cherry.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Do you want that one?
No,
Or-
it's fine.
Okay. Anyway, so back to the story. So I have this mayor in the town, and I'd already decided like the mayor's gonna be like a genuinely like good public servant, like has been reelected over and over again.
What?
And- yeah.
A trusted,
I know,
good
yeah,
politician
yeah.
in an RPG. I don't think that's allowed.
They're honest.
It's
They're
not allowed in real life.
yeah, they're upright, they're efficient. Like I'm like, let's just like as long as we have a fantasy going, let's fantasize about a capable and kind public servant. But what I did was I decided that as good of a person as he is, he has like resting evil NPC personality. So like they come into the town hall, and he's like, come in, yes, what can I do for you? And they were like, okay, insight checks. And I'm like, and they all rolled like really high on their insight, and I'm like, yeah, you get the sense like this guy is like just trying to be helpful. He's kind. He's sincere. And it was like, it just threw them for such a loop. They're like, wait, what?
I love that. Messing
Yeah.
with expectations
Yeah.
is so much fun.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like the witch character or something like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and it's like, Oh no, she's fantastic. She like is like the healthcare for most of the village.
Right?
She doesn't charge people.
Oh yeah.
She
yeah.
looks terrible and like has like the wart on her nose and her skin is kind of green, but like she's like
Yeah,
the do-gooder.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
And Jason did something kind of like that in Astral Circus a couple of sessions ago. We were going to be fighting a hag. And it turns out the hag was beautiful. Like, it's
Yeah.
like she's gorgeous, she's stylish, she just acts like a hag. And it was just kind of a fun like turning things on its ear to mess with expectations.
That's fantastic.
Stu did that to us on the virtual tabletop. He's like, okay, you meet this old lady. She's asking for help along the side of the road. Okay, what's going on, old lady? And then he puts a token out on the map for us to see where she is. And he had chosen this bug-eyed, horrifying, like basically kind of like a mix between an evil witch and Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Okay.
Like, bug-eyed, and just crazy. And we're all like, yeah, no, I'm not going up to that lady. What are you talking about? He's like, why? Oh, and then he turns out it was entirely by accident. It was just the default token that he dragged out there. But we're like, whoa.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was gonna say that sounds like way too planned for Stu. Like to actually pick tokens ahead of the game. Like, no. We had too many games where like, imagine this stapler is a dragon. This is
He's gone down some rabbit holes here, I'll tell you.
yeah.
He made like a whole actual papyrus scroll for us.
Oh.
He does that.
Yeah.
Like he'll do like the real newspaper and like the props
Oh,
he'll
yeah,
go all out on. But when it comes to like the battle maps and like the people, like
Yeah.
this is a bottle cap. This represents the baby
Tiamat.
you're saving.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I feel intimidated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're talking about like GM like tricks and our go-tos when we're GMing.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we talked about like ending on a cliffhanger,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked about a couple other things.
So ending on a cliffhanger. Damn it, what was the? Oh, I talked about like hallucinatory reality, like
Dreams.
you're in a reality warp, like somebody
Sure.
is like yeah.
So what's yours?
yeah.
Your go-to, Dave?
Rolling random dice
Dave? Yeah.
behind a screen. Nobody knows what I'm doing.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes it means something. Sometimes it doesn't. But
Yeah.
it really psychologically messes with players.
Yeah, it's very
yeah,
good.
yeah. That's,
And
Especially if you're playing like PBTA, they're like, "What the fuck does that
What?
mean?"
Well,
Like
I also,
you're
like-
not supposed to roll dice. Why are you doing?
outside of like rule sets, I
Yeah.
also roll dice to be like, I know my bad guys or whatever NPCs are doing something.
Yeah.
Like this is just okay. If it comes up a 5 or a 6, they're gonna activate.
yeah,
Right?
Mhm.
Like things are ticking along.
Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of a thing. So I'll do that outside of any published kind of rules.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And, I also I really like bringing cards into play sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
especially if it's a game that already uses cards in some way. And like just draw a card and let's see what that inspires. That kind of thing is a lot of fun for me. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's most of them. This is a fun question, and
Yeah.
I would love to like hear other people's because like
It's
we
the
all
best way to get good ideas is to steal.
exactly yeah.
Absolutely. It's fun too because I think it says a lot about the GM, like what they focus on
Yeah.
and what their go-tos are,
Yeah.
and what their strengths and weaknesses are. Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
one of mine. Okay, it sort of ties in with with like ending on a cliffhanger. But if I can, I like to. I'm going to tell this. Everyone who listens to an AP ever is going to be like, Kimmy forgot the rules. So like before a combat, I like to end on a cliffhanger before a combat, one, so we can jump in like we were talking about with momentum, but also two, so I can look at all the rules and have it very fresh in my mind at the beginning of the session when we jump into combat. Because that's not one of my GM strengths. Shocker. I'm sure you're all surprised. Yeah. But I think that's totally legitimate and fine. As long as it's, I don't do that if it's like 1 hour into the session.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
You
darn.
guys went down this
Yeah.
pathway, and there's a goblin.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Now I have
Next
to
week.
go to bed. Good night.
Yeah.
No. But like, if it's near the end of a session anyway,
Yeah.
because that's usually kind of how things pace out a lot of times. Then yeah.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Another kind of a hack. This one isn't so much to like surprise players or anything, but one of the things I do very regularly in games that I'm running is I will have an NPC that's somehow, for some reason, with the characters as a way to deliver information in game. And kind of like sometimes it's like, oh, there's this scout with you, or there's a person like leading the caravan that you're going to be following along to get to where you're going, or the Duke is sending the Chancellor with you on your adventure, and it just like gives me an opportunity to like, oh, I need to put something in here and give them some knowledge or some lore, and I can do it through this person.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like, okay, so I didn't tell you guys this, but just so you know, there's a castle up here and there's this up here, because like when you start delivering that kind of like
Exposition.
yeah, here's all the exposition. They tend to like fixate on things. And
Or just tune out.
Or just
Yeah.
tune out, yeah.
If it's just a big, like, okay, you've entered a valley, and there's this over here, and this over there, and this that you can see down the road, and this, and people are like, well, what was the first thing you said? Let's do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that was plenty of GMing hacks. Sorry, that's so annoying. Things don't need to be hacked. Sometimes it's just good practice. Pedagogy, people. Sorry. Mailbag number 2. Dave, you get to read this.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Let's go.
Jump in.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've been talking, so my voice is warmed up. I can do this. Hello, Happy Jackers. Today I thought I'd write in with some musings on magical math rocks and the deep, unfathomable madness that they breed.
Well done.
When I first started playing D&D, the concept of the 7 polyhedral dice set was alien to me. And after I got my first set, a green and blue speckled set of unknown brand name, chosen solely based on color from a random dice website that I couldn't tell you now if my life depended on it, I figured this set would be the only ones I'd ever need. Pause for J. Jonah Jameson mocking laughter meme.
Yeah. Yep.
After realizing how annoying it was to constantly have to re-roll the same dice multiple times and having to try and remember what I rolled previously so that I could do the math in my head, I decided to get another 7 set, a plain opaque of white site, also unknown brand, and from a different dice website chosen at random. Surely this time 2 7 sets would be enough, right? Pause for Bender's mocking laughter. Oh, wait, you were serious. Let me laugh harder. Next came 2 7 sets of black and silver swirled, numbered with silver, that turned out to be too hard to read, so obviously I needed to buy more. A green and gold swirled 7 set, numbered in white, quickly sidelined since they were unlucky.
Yep.
A Chessex 7 set, phantom green, numbered in white, sidelined because we stopped playing for a few years and I picked up the DMing mantle in earnest. An opaque green, an opaque black, an opaque white Chessex brand 7 set combo was added to my dice hoard as a congratulatory gift to myself for returning to the hobby years later. Something I'd add to the sunken cost fallacy of buy more dice, play more games. I like it.
Yeah.
Taking this idea further, I bought 10 7 sets of opaque dice in a rainbow assortment, which became my default DM dice. I've bought multiple pound of dice bags, picking up and assembling multiple 7 sets specifically for lending dice to newer players who don't want to buy any, and older players who forgot theirs alike. I've got a box of 7 sets that I'll never use because they're too pretty to use, too precious to lose.
Yep.
I hear that one, yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I'm still on the hunt for what I consider to be the perfect black, white, and green multicolored dice. I've come close multiple times, but none have ever been exactly what I've been dreaming of. And for the sake of brevity, I'm deliberately omitting multiple classifications of dice that I own specifically because the insanity that I use to justify buying them is a whole story in and of itself. I couldn't tell you how many dice I own now. I just know that I have simultaneously too many dice and not enough dice at the same time. A proverbial Schrodinger's dice hoard dilemma. Needless to say, I have the dragon's disease bad. And the most amusing part of it all is that I know that it's just how it is with most TTRPG enthusiasts.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near the worst, even in the Happy Jacks community alone. So, as you rattle your magic math rocks, Happy Jackers, remember it's okay to have too many dice, because somebody's always got the dragon disease worse than you. Drink. Charger 347.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, to the math rocks.
See, I broke out. I have, like, my couple of sets,
Oh.
and that's
You're
all.
done?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't really have, like, if I'm wandering through somewhere and I something striking,
Yeah.
I'll go like, oh, that's maybe, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But really, I've got like 4 sets of dice, and then I have that, and then I have like the specific dice for specific games.
Yeah.
Like I have a whole bunch of matched D10s for playing Vampire.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of D6s for the PBTA universe. And
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
With dice, I'm just recalling this scene from The West Wing where Leo is talking about once when he like fell off the wagon of sobriety, and the person he's telling the story to is like, "You had one drink. What's the big deal?" And he goes, "I'm an alcoholic. I don't just have one drink."
Yeah.
It's like, not to make light of alcoholism, but that's kind of how the dice are. Like I'm a diceaholic. I don't just buy one set of dice. Like, yeah. I also think part of the joy of collecting dice is, you can't always afford or new books, and there's not always new books that you want. Especially if you're in a place where you don't have a friendly local gaming store. And so you buy dice to kind of like hold over the obsession of the hobby until a new book comes out. So, yeah.
I have like different vibes of dice. I have so many dice.
Mm-hmm.
My big problem is because I'm like perpetually like 2 minutes behind schedule to 20 minutes behind schedule. Like I end up running to the game and I always forget them. So I have whatever dice is just laying around, or like from our like random dice cups for the poor soul, me.
Yeah.
It's for me. Whoever didn't bring their own dice or maybe doesn't have their own dice, because we do sometimes have new players. And so like I have like literally like a special case that has them all like organized in special little bags and little sets. And like I have my special roller that has like my favorite sets in there. Like, and like, especially with like One Road, we just finished, like we did 20 sessions. I think I remembered my dice for like 6 of them. And the rest of them, I just used whatever dice I could find or reach or were on the floor.
40 feet from your house.
Yeah,
You're right there.
we're literally in my backyard right now. And it's like, yeah. I mean, there were a couple times where I was like, oh, I really want this dice. So I'd like go. But I also like, I rolled so badly in that game that I also like felt like I was cursing my own good dice. And I was like, maybe I do want to use the like studio dice.
Yeah.
See,
No offense, Studio
I
Dice.
was
I love
more into like the magic of the dice for a long time.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what caused me to buy for a while. It was, those weren't really working for me, man. I got to find the ones that are good. Like, I was into that for a while, but then Stork broke me out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I GM'd with him at the cons enough that, like, I went through a 2-year period where I never rolled higher than a 6 on a D20. And that was, like, I refer to it as my Princess Bride moment. Right? Like, that was me just taking that little bit of iocane powder every day. And then I got to a point where then after that, man, the dice, they don't care about luck anymore.
No.
They're just,
Do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I like having dice that like match the character.
Yes.
And if I
same.
do, like it's easier for me to remember them. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that too. I want my dice to be aesthetically connected to the character that I'm playing usually.
Yeah.
I have this really awesome set of wooden dice, and I haven't ever played a character that was appropriate for them really. But like I started using them as my GM dice, and they're amazing. And it's got 2d20s, and one of them rolls super high all the time. The other one rolls super low all the time. I deliberately keep them mixed up. I don't know which one I'm grabbing at which point.
Nice.
So yeah. So as a GM, it's a lot of fun. If I was a player, I would know exactly which one was which.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My daughter, we were at the friendly local gaming store. We took her to the first time today. Very exciting. And like she loves dice. She loves my dice, which is why I have my dice case. She doesn't know all of them are in there. There's like the dice I leave out where the child can see them and it can play with these ones. And then there's like the good ones. And she was just like staring because they had like a really good like dice section. And she was just staring and they're just like amazed. Oh, and like touching them. And I was like, oh, maybe we can get you a set of dice. Because I'm thinking, okay, she loves pink more than anything in the universe. Despite all the like gender neutral bullshit I tried as when she was a baby. Nope. She fucking wants pink and purple. These are her ride or die colors. Except rainbow. That's her favorite color.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's many. Never mind. It's fine. I'm not going to fight you on that. So she's like, oh yeah, because there's like this beautiful pink set of dice right there. They're like $20. No problem. She's like, yeah. Turns her head immediately and like beelines it for like the dispel dice with the glitter in them that are like $80 a set. And I'm just like, oh god, and like the actual like gemstone dice that are in there. She's like, those I want. I'm like, maybe we'll wait and do dice another day.
Yeah,
play with Mama's dice. Nah, it's holiday season. Mom's kind of strapped for cash. I'm a teacher's salary. No.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, obviously. I was like, well, maybe if you're really good, we can get some dice like that later.
Right, yeah.
Thank God you already asked for Barbies from Santa. Okay.
Right, yeah. Like, you're like 5 years old. You get the $8 dice.
Yeah.
They're gonna get lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, no, and like there's still like a 7% chance you might swallow them. I don't want them to be sharp and made of rock.
Yeah.
Like you're mostly out of that phase. You're like you're not really in the choking like swallow putting random things in your mouth phase anymore.
Yeah.
But
it's not impossible.
yeah, it's not impossible.
I mean, I have friends now that aren't past it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need names. Who is still putting their dice in their mouth?
You know who, if you think about it. His
All right.
First name starts with an R.
Oh my
Known
God,
him for
no
a long
way.
time.
That's what I was gonna guess,
Yeah,
actually.
for sure.
Weirdo.
Yeah.
Love that little weirdo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weirdness in a tiny little package.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
10
Weird.
pounds of
Yeah.
Gross.
Right.
Gross. Now I just want to like take like spray like disinfectant everywhere. I don't spray down the studio dice. I didn't know I had to.
He's civilized enough to get other people's dice. He's not just like, ooh, some new dice.
Oh, yeah. But it's still pretty wild. Like,
Oh,
you can't say you're
God.
civilized and you only put your own dice in your mouth
Yeah.
I
at
mean,
40 plus.
My milk money.
Okay.
And my milk.
All right.
I've got
Continuing.
moon rocks in my nose.
Oh, he's 100% getting like dice gummies for like next
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
100%.
Oh,
All right.
God. Okay.
Oh God. Mailbag 3 from the archive 2022. Okay, I have to say that like it's a slight delight. Like we're getting archive emails that actually are addressed to us in the new studio now and to me.
Oh,
Like,
wow. Oh, yeah.
The archive emails aren't all from like the before times when Stu was still in charge.
Yeah,
Some of them
yeah.
are like, oh, I've been doing this long enough that I have some archive emails too. It's exciting. Oh God, this
yeah.
is a long one. Hey, y'all. That was great. That was a great voice crack right at the
Good job.
beginning, right at
Good
the top of the email.
You're
Hey
doing great.
all. I'm great. I'm great. I talk to people a lot for a living, for everything. I've a bit of a horror story and a bit of a what the heck do I do about this letter today. I am running a Savage Worlds group with 4 players, ranging in age from late 20s to early 40s. They run the full gamut of A, the power gamer, to B, the silent observer, to C, the oddball, always plays off-kilter character but plays them well, and finally D, the loud and dominant. I want to stress that these people are all my friends, and we socialize outside of games, and we get along very well. However, Player D always tended to be in charge and the main force of the player group. He did most of the in-character interactions with NPCs and most of the talking at the table. Despite that, it worked smoothly because Power Gamer A, especially Observer B, didn't talk too much, so it all seemed to be in balance. I did make an effort to draw out the quiet players to the extent of what seemed to be in their comfort levels, so I thought things were going well. This went along smoothly enough until confronting a pulp mummy, which was invulnerable until MacGuffin was put into the MacGuffin slot. Oh my. Before that happened, Player D did an insane attack, in which the damage dice exploded multiple times, doing huge amounts of harm that had no effects. The game broke down then, D complaining about how impossible it was, and he might as well just lie down and die. I was surprised by this, assuming that he was having a bad day and was set off by the bad luck. I think we've all had those days, but the problem started getting more consistent after that. The player was a regular GM for paid Pathfinder and D&D games, so I began to think it was a control issue. Okay, wait, I have to clarify something I'm not sure on. So the person writing in is the GM?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And player D
Yeah.
also GMs, but not this game.
Right.
Yeah.
They attacked and had no effect because the MacGuffin wasn't in the MacGuffin slot.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so there was a narrative reason that the insane amount of mechanical damage didn't actually do damage.
Yes.
Okay. Putting a pin in that for now.
They haven't turned off the shield from the Forest Moon yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Okay, got it. I began to think that it was a control issue, that he had trouble with having things out of his control. And, of course, Savage Worlds is not a good game for players who want lots of control, with the exploding dice. I finally had to have a talk with him, one-on-one, away from the table. Prior to this, there was an issue with a weird War II game where his melee-buffed character kept coming up against an invulnerable werewolf. He had no silver weapons, but the party knew that there was silver at the inn that they were defending. I had to stop the game because I'd run out of patience. So after our talk, he accepted that it could be a control issue and that sometimes there were just situations where he couldn't just stab it away. Things settled after that. Then finally, he, Player D, agreed to run a Savage World Supers game, and I got to play. Player A, the power gamer, min-maxed a nearly indestructible super character, pretty much breaking the game system. Every session consisted of 2 to 4 rants from our GM, even though Player A debuffed his character a couple times and finally said he would make a new character if needed. It didn't help. Finally, that arc ended. I tried to mediate, and I suggested Player A's character get recruited by the high-power supergroup that operated in the same city, thus acknowledging Player A's amazing character build, but getting him out of the campaign with dignity. However, that last session was too much. I called a hiatus until summer. I'm a teacher, so I use the too much work, new puppy, wife working hard, blah, blah, blah excuses. And I'm hoping that if D is away from the game for a bit, he'll have some time for introspection. I don't know if another talk will do any good. It didn't do much more than short-term Band-Aid fix the first time. So what do I do? I'm in a small town. There's not much of a pool of players, and honestly, I do like these guys. I do not want to stop playing with them. I just want the games to be fun and stress-free. Any suggestions? P.S. Oh, you're supposed to put your sign off there. Never mind. I will fix it. Okay, Ryan. P.S. Player A and B were never much for character development or role-playing until I started the Weird War II campaign. And I decided to use... Oh, God. And I decided to use Decima during character design. Why will I... This is the second time this has happened in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't read to the end of the email, and then it's like a jab of like self promo. I promise I'm not doing this.
Just roll the ad
Okay.
and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not. I
Accept it.
didn't do it. Okay. What a masterpiece. Oh God. The two quiet players were responsible for developing a huge backstory of a rival company led by an NPC sniper named fucking Steve.
Fucking Steve.
You. That's great.
I don't know if that's like deep lore. Like, I don't know if that's deep Happy Jacks lore or just like a big coincidence. Because like that's always like my example of like, because I have an ex named Steve who's really obnoxious. So like whenever I'm like, oh, I have an ex name, like that's literally like my example for like ex carding names.
Oh.
It's always fucking Steve. I don't, my ex fucking like, and I think I've said that like twice on the podcast. So I don't know if that's like a joke about that or if it's just like a big coincidence. Probably a big coincidence. But just so you know, fucking Steve.
Fucking Steve.
Anyway, it did get a bit silly, but I was so happy that they were creating story and background and NPCs and the location development that I let them roll with it. As they were paratroopers invading France on D-Day, I left out the location development, but it was still amazing. I've since used it whenever I could 2 more times with equally awesome results. And when player D started his Supers campaign, he borrowed it, and it still came out amazing yet again. Thanks, Kimmy.
Nice.
PPBS, I am playing in Southern Ontario, a half hour north of Toronto. Mark your player's map. Yay!
Nice.
Which we still have up.
Yay.
You actually can submit yourself now, which I don't think you could at this point. But if you go to the happyjacks.org, there's somewhere, I don't remember where I put it now, but you can add yourself to our Google map and put a pin for you where you are. Don't put it like on your address. Put it in your town
City
or city.
county or
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very cool. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, I get this. I totally do. And it can be really problematic, especially when you're in a limited player pool. I've had some not exact, but similar kind of situations, often having to do with like loud, dominant, obnoxious players who wanted to control the whole game, and it can be really frustrating. And so like it does seem like this person is not entirely opposed to reason. So I think there are signs in here that it did get good at one, or got better at one point. You had that conversation and stayed friends, and stayed gaming partners. So that's a really good sign that you can actually have legit conversations with this person. So I'd say like if you're having conversations, or you've had conversations in the past and it has had some effect, and you've been able to stay friends through it, it's a really good sign you can keep trying. And a lot of people, I think, don't understand when they're going through bad times.
Yeah.
And it may be that there's some like ongoing long-term stuff that made this person slide back into, some of their bad habits, or there are, there could be plenty of other factors. And so my advice on this is like, if you both drink, grab a couple of beers or cocktails.
Not too much.
Not too much.
That'll make it worse.
Yeah, not too much. Just a couple. Sit down and just like talk about shit. And not even so much the gaming. Just talk about like, how are you? Are you okay? Because sometimes you're a little obnoxious. Like not exactly like that, but depending on your relationship. But like just sit and have some conversations that are not about the gaming, and make sure that this person is okay.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like they do have some ability to be reasonable. They may have been going through some shit.
Yeah, I'm also going to push back a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I feel like KR can write, like, I feel like you messed up. Like, as a GM, like, I would be incredibly frustrated if I was playing a game and we got to a combat and, there's a MacGuffin thing you have to do before anything hurts this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if it's super clear and, like, people are trying to do it and, like, it's just a matter of a couple turns before it gets done, fine. But, like, I don't know. There's just something also kind of, like, like one of the cool things about Savage Worlds is it was one of the more flexible systems that started to come out. It's sort of like the halfway point between like traditional games or and then like they started taking steps towards more what we like story gamey type PBTA type things.
Yeah.
And Savage Worlds was a really important step on that journey. And I really love that system. I've played a ton of it. When you have exploding dice, to have exploding dice do jack shit seems really stupid and frustrating.
Yeah.
Like a normal hit, sure. But when you're a GM and those dice explode, like have it do something.
Yeah.
Like come up narratively with something that happens, even if it's not what you planned for.
Yeah.
Because it is so unfulfilling as a player to like have some sort of extreme success like that and then have no payoff for it.
Yeah.
And be like, oops, I'm sorry. You should have searched the inn and gotten the silver that was at the inn.
Yeah.
That's sad you didn't think of that, player, in the world that I made. It's like,
Yeah.
Like, no offense. I don't think you did, like, I appreciate that you wrote this in, and I'm not saying you did it in any type of vindictive way.
Yeah.
But to me, it kind of hits the same as, like, the players in the dungeon who can't get past the door.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, nope, I'm sorry. You have to, try and pick the lock again or whatever. Or, oh, no, that spell doesn't do it. You're still standing here in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Like, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. It can be hard when you set up a system with one, like a situation where there's one answer and then the players don't have that one answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
Or you blew the mummy apart.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And now, let's see if you guys notice that the pieces are slowly crawling back together.
Oh,
while
yeah.
you look around the room.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's going to get back up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I hear you with that, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, on the player angle, it's tough when you have different people at the table.
Mm-hmm.
But my solution has always been to try and tailor moments for each type of player.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like, if I know them, like you know these guys, you figure out the day where that quiet player gets to shine because they're incredibly competent at something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Figure out the day that the power gamer gets to shine because it's a horrendous combat and all of those things that they took to make their character just a locomotive, they get to do
Yeah.
and shine and be awesome. And then, then you get the thespian at the table. Well, now you got to go meet with this, the local, king where the mummy lives.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make him mad, he's going to kick you out of the country and you're not going to get the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like try and give everybody their time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never really think about it this way because it's kind of a cynical way, but it mollifies the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like making sure everybody's doing the thing that they like to do.
Yeah.
It keeps everybody happy.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You've passed out the peanuts at the circuit, and now they will all be involved still.
Yeah.
So, and like I even tried to do it with Road to Nowhere recently, right?
Yeah.
Like there were episodes where we focused way more on character and personal stuff.
Yeah.
And then there were episodes that we focused on, there's danger or it's scary or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just gotta keep the flavors changing.
Yeah.
Otherwise people stop coming to your buffet.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think also, like, if after continued, like, issues, like, maybe it's, like, maybe you should switch up systems. Like, it seems
Yeah.
like there's a tone in the Savage Worlds games that maybe isn't hitting what everyone at the table wants.
Yeah.
If people wanted to go back to something they were more familiar with or try something completely new, that maybe would be easier for everyone kind of to hit a vibe that everyone is happy with. That might have been something to consider as well.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Savage Worlds, but like you were saying, it does have big swings.
Yeah. Absolutely.
like that's one of the things people like about it.
Yeah.
So, but if your table isn't really happy with those big swings, or if those big swings aren't paying off in the way you're creating your story and stuff, find a system that's going to be a better match, that's going to be a little more predictable, be a little bit more meaningful when they hit those like successes, because they're not quite as out of this world. So it's a little bit easier and acceptable in the narrative to be like, oh, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Or whatever you decide to do.
Yeah.
I always hesitate to have, oh, it didn't work ever be what happens. If the players are rolling dice and they get a success, they should get the success.
Yeah.
If they fail, yes, they can fail. But something should always happen. There should never just be like, oh, you couldn't open the door. What do you do next? Like, there should always be something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you damaged the lock. Now you can't go this way. You're going to have to find a totally different way.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
the story should always move forward, even if they don't succeed.
Yeah. And Steffi brought this up in the chat, and it's something that I really learned from like starting with story games, really started to like help me understand this. Like, if nothing happens, it shouldn't be a roll. You know, something that Jib used to say is like, we're only going to roll if we disagree on what the outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that kind of philosophy going into a game can really help avoid some of those frustrating situations where it's like, oh, you failed, nothing happens, you know, or if nothing happens, like, make something cool happen about the fact that nothing happened.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just as a spitball idea, but like, okay, you do all of this damage, and you know, and everything around you is frozen. Something is, you know, something is frozen time around you. Like, you know, now you get to figure out what happened. And, you know, I mean, that's just an off the cuff, like maybe something like, but what else could happen in this situation? It doesn't have to be that, you know, the invincible mummy actually takes damage, but honor the fact that this really awesome roll happened.
Yeah.
What's something cool that could come out of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or, like, one of the things that I don't like when it happens when I'm playing in an RPG is, oh, I didn't make the roll. I guess I'll try again next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is the
Yeah.
most dreadful answer. Like, no.
Yeah.
and then you just like go around the table every time, and they just swing and they swing and they, the
Oh,
worst.
But even out of combat, like, you were trying to pick
Yeah.
a lock,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I didn't do it. Well, I guess I'll try again next time. Or you could try next.
Yeah.
Like that. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, if I'm GMing and there's a situation where it's like, okay, you're trying to pick the lock, you're either going to do it because there is no pressure or no stakes. Like, it does,
Sure.
you know? So we're just going to, like, assume that you did it. Or if you fail, then now there is going to be stakes. Like, now somebody on the other side is alerted to the fact that you tried to pick the lock. And so, you know, yeah, I agree. Like, should never have to roll for the same thing twice. If it didn't work the first time, what's something interesting that can happen in the story that comes out of that?
Yeah. So I do think that there are wrongs on all sides in this particular situation. I feel like player D had every right to be upset in those two situations or frustrated in those two situations. I've been in those situations and have felt the same, even though I'm like, well, yeah, I guess according to the story, it makes sense, but I hate it anyway. And then also, like, yeah, there's times where it's like, when I hated it, I also just kind of put up with it.
Yeah.
Or, like, talk to people about it later, like, hey, like, I get it, but it's felt really anticlimactic in the moment.
Yeah.
And things like that. So I think that GM mistakes always happen.
Yeah.
And I always assume that it's not malicious, obviously.
Yeah.
90% of the time. I don't know. With the people I play with, it's not malicious.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about it. So I don't think that's the case here. Since you're the GM, you're not maliciously, like, doing this to them.
You're trying to make sure they have a good time too.
Yeah,
Like,
and you came
it's
up with a
clear from your
story,
life.
and you're, you know, all these things. But I also think that it's on them to, like, react in a little more mature way and to express their feelings in a way that's a little more respectful and kind of honoring how much work you're putting into this.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's a lot on all sides, and I don't know if yeah, I don't know if another conversation would be helpful. I might like maybe start with a full refresh. I don't know what advice we gave last time, but maybe like do a refresh with a new system with different
Yeah.
mechanics
Yeah.
and like try again
Pick
and
something weird.
Yeah.
Like get something completely out of the ballpark.
with
Yeah.
like no dice.
And yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also maybe try something that's GM-less or
Oh.
GM full, because all of the situations here is you or D being the GM.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if you two were both playing and you're not experiencing the story with one or the other of you in control?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
that might really help sort of bring out like what's the real issue here? Is it just like we butt heads sometimes because of differences in how we play and how our philosophies in GMing,
Mm-hmm.
or is it is it other stuff? And yeah,
Yeah.
but it seems like you were able to talk and you were able to keep playing. So, and if you like hanging out with each other, like, try something, try something different and see how you can sort of get away from the current rut.
Yeah.
Basically.
Plus,
Yeah.
you say player D is a professional paid GM.
Yeah.
It can be really hard to step out of that mindset and just be a player if it's something you're doing. Some people do it like multiple times a week for pay.
Yeah.
So if it can be so hard to like be like, hey, I'm not in charge in this moment, or with the thing that I think
Yeah.
should happen in the story maybe isn't going to be what's happening right now. So just like find a way to remind them, or just have a talk about that piece specifically, because if they are in that mindset all the time, suddenly jumping back into being a rider on the bus instead of the driver,
Yeah.
like it can be difficult, and some people aren't good at it, especially if they are very confident in their own abilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like there's just many layers of things here. But yeah, find something weird.
Yeah.
Something, yeah, I don't know. I like the sharing the GM, or maybe maybe you like pool your money, or ask him to go find someone as a favor and get like a paid GM to run for your group.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's like completely someone totally separate. You and your friends can just play. You don't have to worry about navigating the GM piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
Find a GM you really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can just be friends and just
Yeah.
play the game together.
Mm-hmm.
Because some friend groups, it's just too difficult to navigate the power dynamics of a game when like one person's kind of in charge. Some friend groups do great with it. Some people don't, and I think that's fine. And you can also support a fellow gamer who needs some income.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yay.
Are we good?
Yeah, and
Okay.
here's to Ontario. I used to live in
Woo.
Rochester, New York, which is just right across the pond. Love Southern Ontario.
All right. Let's see. Thank you for joining us for season 36, episode 14 of the Happy Jacks RPG podcast. Please support Jess Pedley, she/her, of Underground Oracle Publishing. You can find her games at undergroundoracle.com, I think is what it is. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
undergroundoracle.com.
Sorry, that part got cut off in the printing of the notes, and I was like, oh, God. Thank you to our chat mom. Tonight, it's Verk. Hi, Verk. Thank you.
Yay.
And to our amazing patrons who keep us ad-free and independent. You can join their amazing ranks at happyjacks.org/Patreon. Amazing patrons. I know I'm doing the whole revamp of the Patreon, so everybody's at every tier. I have 5 days of gingerbread men making and show singing with a Kwanzaa song with the 120 first graders and a whole lot of stuff. And then I'm free for 2 weeks for winter break, and I will catch up on all the stuff I owe you then. I promise. I will do the things. Until then, I just have a Kwanzaa song stuck in my head and way too much sugar in my house. And it's a lot. And I will catch up the minute I'm on vacation, or very soon after I start vacation. So I appreciate you all. My name is Kimmy, and you can find my games that I make at goldenlassogames.com. And you can find me at Golden Lasso Girl on Blue Sky, mostly only. And I'm here every Saturday for this advice show. And that's all right now.
Sorry, I just swallowed wrong. Right as I was about to talk. Hi, everybody. I am Adam. You can find me on most of the social, not most of the you can find me on some social medias as Hoobuk, HOOBUK, mostly Instagram, where I post about cats and my art and other stuff, usually super progressive, liberal political topics. And speaking of my art, you can find my art at my Redbubble store, which is redbubble.com/people/Hoobuk. And you can get my art put on stuff on demand. It's pretty cool. And I could use the support. Thank you. So if you like my art, go get it put on stuff. And then you can find me here on Sunday evenings on the Astral Circus, our Spelljammer D&D 5e actual play, and
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. You can find me on Monday nights running Dune Adventures in the Imperium, along with a certain special important player.
Yes. I am special and important. Thank
Yes. You're coming up soon.
And 3 other amazing people.
Yes,
I'm very
yeah.
excited.
Yeah, we have, in addition to Dave, it's Kai, Joey, and Michelle.
Yeah.
So phenomenal players, and it's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
We're really excited.
Phenomenal cosmic game. Itty bitty studio space. Sorry. Anytime anybody says that.
Yes.
Oh, yes, and don't forget, we do have game days coming up January 17th and 18th. Go sign up. happyjacks.org/discord. Super great, fun community. Lots of games. Do the thing. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. We are going to leave with a song tonight. Oh, you have a thing. Sorry, Dave, you have to say goodbye.
Well,
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll get there.
Okay.
I thought you were jumping in about game days.
I was,
like,
because Bert
cool.
posted about it, and I was
Yeah.
worried I would
That's
forget.
what I thought was happening.
Oh, okay. I thought you were moving on.
Oh,
to
no,
It
no.
sounded like you started to move on.
I
there,
did
so
start
thought
to
the
move
right
on.
thing.
You said you were special and great. We're done. Okay.
Yeah,
no.
I am special and important, but not special or important enough to get
say
to
your
say
name.
hi.
I mean, you didn't say hello, so I feel like you were just being consistent in the
So,
episode.
hi everybody and bye everybody. I'm Kadave. I can't wait to be back in January to start playing Dune. I have literally been machinating already, but fantastic. I'm so excited. And yeah, I'll try and appear here again for one of these on purpose. This was kind of an accidental dive in. I wasn't just because I was being rude and not showing up until halfway through the show. I swear.
We explained. It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we explained. Yeah.
But yeah. You know, traffic sucks, and it's
Yeah.
weird out there.
It is.
I also wanted, damn it, something, you brought up something and I needed to say something more and now I can't remember what it, oh, I know what I was going to say. So I wanted to acknowledge, because this Dune game specifically came out of a letter that was written into the show,
Oh.
the advice show.
Oh.
So there was a letter several months ago, maybe even last year now, where somebody wrote in and said, "What is your your white whale game that you want to play, and you're afraid nobody will ever run it for you?" And Dave was on that show.
Yes, he was.
And answered, "I've just got the Modifius Dune, and I really want to play it." And I was like, I love Dune, and I have no real interest in playing a specific character, but oh my God, I think I would like to run this. And so Dave loaned me the book. Almost a year later, I finally got a chance to read it, and I was like, I want to do this. I'm going to do this. Kimmy, let's do it.
It was like an ultimatum. It was like,
Yeah.
do you want it to be an actual play, or am I running it anyway at my house without you? I was like,
It really was. Yeah.
It was like, those are the only options. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
so in January or nothing. Okay, January.
Yeah.
I'll make it happen. It's
I was
fine.
like, this is going to happen one way or another. It's just a matter of is it public or not.
Yeah.
Because I'm super into this now after reading the book, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so your letters to the show have direct impact on our lives,
They do.
actually, and on what you might see here on Happy Jacks.
Yeah, so much. It's
Yeah.
actually like wild how much the emails and all the letters and like the community change our lives.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It seems weird, and people always talk about like parasocial relationships, like, oh, like I don't want to, and like I told some silly like Thanksgiving stories for the Patreon the other day as like the first test for the RSS feed, and I was like, do people want to know more about these weird little stories? And some people were like, yeah, we like them, and some people were like, it feels weird. I don't know. Yes, but also that feels weird to say yes, and it's fine. But it's like, especially for me, like divesting like the Happy Jacks from my life, like at this point isn't a possible thing. Like they're so intertwined anyway. It's like, no, it's all the same. Everyone, like, it's just kind of interesting. Sorry, I don't know why. That's the thing. It's all right.
I know I've said before.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about having done this show for so long and then going to cons and meeting and having listeners come and meet us and play games with us and stuff.
Yeah.
It's if you're a regular listener to the show.
Yeah.
Chances are we already agree on what we think about RPGs.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a whole group of people out there that I'm already kind of friends with.
Yeah.
That we could just meet up and hang out and have a good time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
like especially like just the people in this room right now.
Yeah.
Like you and your husband Joey met
Yeah.
because of coming and playing at Happy
Yeah.
Jacks.
Mhm.
Like Dave, you
Yeah.
were a listener, and now you're like literally like one of my best friends. Like
Yeah.
all of us like all came together and are I don't know. It's just like one of these things. Like like my daughter was a flower girl at your wedding,
Yeah.
and it's just like our lives are so intertwined, and so many of us came together because of Happy Jacks. It's just kind of a like the rest of the listeners, I feel like, are just like friends that we haven't gotten to hang out with yet.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what happens at cons, and that's why we go to Strategicon so often. And like,
Oh God, I love when our listeners show up at Strategicon and I'm like, oh, you're you. I know you. I talk to you like all the time online, and it's just like you just know, like, okay, you've been listening to Happy Jacks for years. We're probably already like the type of people who are going to be friends anyway.
Yeah.
So you just get an automatic like bump up to the like, okay,
like the
I'm willing to
pre-screening.
have dinner with you.
Yeah,
like, let's talk. Yeah.
it's like the TSA pre-check. It's
Right?
just like the
Yeah.
pre-screen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're already fast tracked to be a friend because
Yeah,
obviously you're cool. Like,
Right.
you obviously agree with us, so you must be right. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's very silly. But I am very excited to Strategicon in February. There's quite a few people coming.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be a
it's
party.
gonna be fun. So anyway, now I'm gonna end the show. Thanks for saying goodbye, Dave.
Bye.
Bye. Today we're leaving with a song called Pastime with Good Company, which is a lovely, one of my favorite traditional songs, and it's sung by the world famous Poxy Boggards, and you can find them at poxyboggards.com. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Pastime with good company. I love and shall unto I die. Rude you will, but none deny. So God be pleased, this live will I. For my past tense, I'm sing and dance. My heart is set, all goodly sport. To my comfort, who shall me lend? Youth will have needs dalliance of good or ill, some past tense. Company bethink it best of thoughts and fantasies to digest. For idleness is chief mistress of vices all. Then who can say but pass the day is best of all? Company with honesty is virtue and vice to flee. Company is good or ill, but every man has his free will. The best ensue, the worst eschew. My mind shall be virtue to use, vice to shall use me. Pastime with good company, I love and shall until I die. Rude you will, but none deny. So God be pleased, this live will I. For my past tense, hunt, sing, and dance, my heart is set of goodly sport. To my comfort, who shall me let?